Poisonous. Poisonous paragraph, smash your phonograph in half and be the inspector deck on the warpath. First class, leaving mics with a cat.
What's goody? It's your boy Jittymontana, and today I'm doing another You Versus series. And this time it's against Dark Phoenix. And yes, I know the movie didn't come out yet. Don't remind me. But let's get right into this.
Gray was born with exceptional powers, more so than your average mutant. Her superpowers of telepathy and telekinesis became known to her during an accident when her best buddy died. And it's after that when she made the acquaintance of the one and only Charles Xavier, aka Professor X. The thing was, her powers were too strong for a kid, so Charles did the right thing and blocked them. To cut a long story short, this mutant called Marvel Girl got her powers back, died, came back to life, and so was aptly named Phoenix. She then got a taste of the dark side, and it was devilishly good. That's when altruism turned into destruction. Hello and welcome to another episode of the infographic show's You Versus. Today we're pitting you, the average Joe, up against Dark Phoenix. Some say Dark Phoenix is the most powerful mutant belonging to the X-Men. So powerful, she's capable of unleashing hell on mankind. She has been stopped, though, and died more than once on her journey through comic book fiction. So that bodes well for you. Right, let's have a look at her strengths. You see, she doesn't just have the power of telekinesis. She's damn good at it. Some say as good as the professor himself. While that is questionable, she's a force to be reckoned with. For those of you that don't know what telekinesis is, it's the ability to move things with your mind. Yeah, that means drop things on your head or just fire objects at you, which is pretty hard to defend against. According to her fandom sites, she can move things that weigh thousands of tons. How many thousands? We don't know. According to the Empire State Building fact sheet, it weighs approximately 365,000 tons. Okay, maybe she can't move that. Let's be conservative and say she can move 20,000 tons. Well, we're told that the average trailer weighs around 4 to 5 tons, so she could rain those things down on you. A big elephant might weigh 5 tons too, so she could fire elephants at you as easy as spitting seeds from her mouth. This is a problem. Impressive. That's impressive. It's likely when you'll meet her, you'll be surrounded by heavy objects. Houses, cars, boulders, walls, hot dog stands, and whatever else. According to Livestrong, the average untrained but reasonably fit man can deadlift about 155 pounds. It's likely that the same untrained man couldn't even throw a house cat very far. So, of course, you're no match for Dark Phoenix in the Throwing Stuff League. You'll just have to figure out how to not let her drop things on you and squish you like a mosquito. But she has more than elephant throwing in her arsenal. She is telepathic too. This is what Marvel says about her power. Jean Grey can detect and read the thoughts of others, project her own thoughts into other people's minds, form psychic links with other beings, control others' minds,
wear one of those
tinfoil
hats so she don't get in your mind.
Stun opponents with bolts of pure psionic force, cast near flawless mental illusions. The good news is, she can only fully take over one person's mind, and she has to see that person. She can manipulate other minds, but to gain full control, she needs to actually see you near to her. The problem for you is, how do you attack her if you always have to stay out of her line of sight? You now know to stop her dropping a house on your head, and to stop her making you eat your own fingers, you will need stealth. If she sees you, you are dead. Or, as we said, she can just play with you, perhaps getting you to strip naked and run through the streets shouting, "I love Dark Phoenix," until you drop dead from exhaustion. Okay, so you have to hide, but when we say Dark Phoenix is nimble and can move pretty fast, we're perhaps understating the fact. She can actually move at supersonic speeds and can quite easily go for a trip around the universe. She can also travel through hyperspace using her special Phoenix Force powers. If you are very fast, super fast, you can run a mile in 4 minutes. That means when she has traveled to another galaxy, killed off a couple of species, had a coffee, taken a nap, and come back to Earth, you've probably sweated out your first half mile. While
if she can do all this, how am I supposed to beat her?
That means that she can use her mind to create powerful blasts. We're not sure, though, if she has the power to know an unknown enemy is lurking someplace. It seems she doesn't have the power of omnipresence, in that she doesn't know what's going on all around her at all times. She's not a god, she's just a very scary and often violent girl. She does, however, have thought-reading capabilities, so just make sure that when you're around her, you're thinking about anything but her. If she gets a sniff of your plan to attack, you're dead. And as you well know, trying not to think about something is really hard, especially when you have to plan an attack. We suggest you listen to very loud music and maybe just keep saying cheese over and over again. She does have a weakness.
But when she
for
knows
men.
like that's
She's
suspicious.
fallen in love with Wolverine before, and that ended with Jean asking him to kill her before she could do any more damage in the world. The problem for you is, he tried that, stabbing her many times, and she just came back to life. Let's just say that even if you did manage to persuade her to fall for you as a cunning ruse, once you've plunged in the knife, she will probably just annihilate you. This is beginning to look like a very hard fight, but don't forget, there is help out there telling you how to beat this girl. But the problem is, you'd have to be kind of super to do it too. And you're not, you're just someone watching this video.
That really
For
hurt.
instance, we're informed that if you could get a hold of the Infinity Gauntlet, you'd be well on your way to handing Miss Phoenix a beating. The problem is, you don't generally find such things lying around.
Exactly.
You can't summon the all-powerful Odin, nor can you get your hands on a miracle machine. Sure, if you could get on the phone to Thor and Xavier and tell them you need a small favor, you might have a chance, but we're guessing you're not friends on Facebook with those guys. We believe your only chance is to get her in the heart, make her fall in love with you, and try where Wolverine failed. We're told that her one and only major weakness is just that, the fact that she can lose her powers when emotionally overwhelmed. And hey, you're such a catch that you're the right guy or gal to make her go weak at the knees. Literally, she has what's called dissociative identity disorder, meaning you might be able to get her out of her evil superpower mode. It's a long shot, been done before, didn't work, but it's all you've got. Make her human, maybe give her a kiss on the cheek, and then quickly chop off her head with the sword you've got stashed close by.
Alright, that's actually kind of fucked up.
And before you can
But
get a good grip on your newly sharpened
gotta
hunk
do
of
it somewhere.
steel, 4 houses and 30 elephants have fallen on your head. Maybe also a couple of cats for good measure. Or do you disagree?